In that last short video, I was really just discussing how to look at investments, how to look at borrowing, mindset. We're conditioned for so long. Our society really applauds a consumerism type of behavior, and that's okay. I mean, I'm a consumer. We're all consumers. Everything we wear, everything we buy, just everything we consume, just everything, right? That our hobbies, watches, cars, all of that is consumerism, right? It has to come from somewhere. But the issue is not that. The issue is, how do we get there? And so I thought it'd be really cool just briefly touch on priorities. How do you prioritize your spending? What comes first? What comes first? Is it your consumer needs that come first? Yeah, obviously when it comes to food, food is a priority. You don't delay food. It's not something you can put off, right? But things like buying nice things for yourself are not a priority. So how do you prioritize your expenses or your investments versus your consumer goods, right? So the idea behind this is, I touched briefly upon last time where I talked about how Robert Kiyosaki's mindset is, it's, you be smart and take advantage of the banking system. That's what the wealthy people do. They know how to use the banking system to their advantage, and they count on 99% of the rest of the population to borrow money for dumb shit, right? They borrow money to fund a vacation, and I'm all for vacations, but if you have to borrow money for a vacation, you're probably in a really bad spot, and you probably should not be doing that. It's not at all passing judgment. I put on $100,000 in credit card debt in a very short period of time because of those mistakes that I knew better. I just didn't listen to what was the right decision. And so what I'm trying to do is help you sort of see the way through, but so that you don't make these mistakes. But the issue is not that you can't have that vacation or you can't buy the beautiful things that you love in life, because that's part of life. We love and we enjoy experiences, and even a material thing can be an experience for us. Granted, it might be a lot more short-lived than, let's say, a life experience like a vacation. You create more memories with that. But the bottom line is, how do you move from that consumer mentality where you've got to take every dime that you make and put it into something? You save it. Let's say you want to save $3,000 so you can go buy a watch, or you save $3,000 so you can take a vacation. How do you get on the deferred program where you might delay that holiday or vacation for a couple of years, because instead of taking that $3,000 right away and spending on vacation, you take that $3,000 that you've saved, you borrow another $7,000 from the bank, and you make a $10,000 investment. It's a down payment on a townhouse. It's just an example, of course. You may need $20,000. You might need $30,000, depending on where you're buying. And we all know real estate prices have just become absurdly high. But let's be honest, rarely in history do we see a correction, and that's only because of the fact that the value of money is just continually becoming debased. And so what cost us $20,000 for a house in the 70s is now, $250,000 to $400,000. How is that going to change in the future? Hard to say. No one's got a crystal ball, but my assumption and my intuition tells me there's only one direction, and that is up in terms of price. So let's say you are where you are now. So how do you defer that vacation, make an investment in something, and then perhaps, yield a few months, maybe another year for that holiday, make another bucket of saving, and take that vacation after you've made a solid investment for yourself. You've actually committed. You and your family have made a real estate investment, as an example, where now you either have, and it might not even be your main home. Let me tell you straight up, oftentimes we live in a market let's say you live in Boston, you can't possibly afford to even buy a house for yourself. So you might go to a secondary market. You might go to northern Vermont and you buy a property that is far less expensive, and you Airbnb it, right? Or you rent it out permanently where someone else is paying your mortgage. Now, you may not take a lot of money. You may not have like a huge ROI right away. You might not be cash flowing positive right away. Maybe it's just paying off your note. But at the very, very least, you've got something that's paying itself off without you having to put a dime into it. And you are, now saving for a holiday because you've made a solid investment. You go and have that holiday, okay, you saved a few grand, but you still have that real estate property that over time, real estate is proven to go up in value, even if it dips. Let's say next year it goes down 3%. In the next 5 to 10 years, you might have an investment that has gone up 15%. Who knows? Or 20%. Nobody has a crystal ball, like I said. But the point I'm trying to illustrate here is try to defer a little bit of holiday or a little bit of fun time or a little bit of spending on something that you may or may not really need to make a really important life investment. And that investment then, for the next 20 and 30 years, pays you off dividends, right, for forever. So that's what I think Robert Kiyosaki is talking about, is how do you take advantage of the banking system, borrow money for something that is an asset, and let that asset pay you forever. And again, it doesn't even have to be your main home. You could be renting. Let's say you rent. Who cares, right? And you own a property, and that property is paying itself off. And that's ultimately what you want to get yourself into a situation of, is, owning something so that you have something down the road that you can claim as an investment that, again, could cash flow you. Because we all know that if you're depending solely on Social Security or a pension for retirement one day, is that really going to get you by? And I just want to add, this is not financial advice. This is just me from my perspective on how I see things and how I've done it for myself. You may have a better way. Love to hear it in the comments below. Please chime in and add some feedback. Add your own comments, your own opinions on this matter. Maybe you've done something even greater than that. Maybe you've made more solid investments than just, let's say, a townhouse. But I would love to, get the community involved and help each other out. And if this is valuable to you, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.